Hey everybody, it's MommaOG. I'm back with another reaction. Tonight I have another Wren song. This is Vincent's Tale Self-Portrait. I just listened to Sunflowers and it kind of hit me right before I started recording this that I was kind of trying to figure some stuff out in the last ones. I noticed that the flowers were on fire and they looked like sunflowers. So this is what I mean when I always say that it might take me a few listens or some time for stuff to slap me in the face about what I hear and what I see. Because I just kind of the song, the title had sunflowers in it, and that's what was on fire. So I don't know if that means anything other than just the relation to the title or not, but I am excited to hear this second part. I'm wondering if more is going to be revealed and I'm not going to feel so dumb. I don't know. It may take a couple of more listens or some more time. I'll probably go to bed tonight and think, oh my God, that's what that meant. That happens more often than not. So let's not wait anymore. I've got my earbuds in. Let's go ahead and take a listen.
Lady love to change the night of
There's that song from the end.
down by the Mississippi
Okay,
shore.
it's leaving the bar.
And
Leaving
for
the
you,
pub.
my lonely heart is calling. Each night I love you more and more. Day and night I seem to dream about you. I sing to you. I sing to you. Bless your heart, I just can't live without you. So come out and meet me, honey,
Oh, God. Huh? Huh.
Come on, let's have it, you miserable prick. I will do what I want, I will drink till I'm sick to my stomach. I'm sick of the same boring songs. I am sick of these pavements I find myself on. Great Britain, I hate you. I'll say that with pride. It's my right to be violent when you fed me lies. I'm a rotter, a menace when I want to be, and I'll work for that right because nothing comes free. I have
It almost sounds like a sea shanty. I love it when he's like playing his guitar like this. He's very, very gifted guitar player as well. But this is more along the lines of what I was expecting with the last one. So let me just rewind it a little bit.
same boring songs. I am sick of these pavements I find myself on. Great Britain, I hate you. I'll say that with pride. It's my right to be violent when you fed me lies. I'm a rotter, a menace when I want
is
to
another one
be,
take
and
from when he
I'll
went
work
outside,
for
I
that
bet.
right because nothing comes free. I have slaved all my life in the dull 9 to 5. I just rinse
Yeah.
and repeat while I'm barely alive. Great Britain, I loathe you with murderous glee. I will do to this country what you've done to me. Destroy want to tear apart these buildings from the cinder blocks they stand. Leave this town in dust and rubble, make some trouble with my hands. I won't lie, I'm fucking wasted, but I wasted all my youth, and I've stayed so damn complacent. Getting wasted is my truth, so my style of self-expression is a fist into the gut. It's throwing up upon these pavements. Shut your fucking mouth, you slut. Banished angel, I am Lucifer. Might reign like Genghis Khan, soon you will all know my name. I am the storm after the calm. I'm the victim of the victim list, the pill that makes you sick. I am chaos incarnate. Let's fucking have it then, you prick! Now the rules of the street fight are simple.
This filming is brilliant, as per usual. This is similar to his Jenny and Screech and Violet's Tale, but I'm sensing a step up. It seems like this might be a one take from at least when he walked out of the pub. And I think I did get the gist of kind of the message in the last video where it's just rinse, he said, rinse and repeat. And now he seems to be talking about how he's angry with how his life is going and the country he lives in, what's going on with that. I think many of us can relate wherever we may live. Okay, let's keep going. That was brilliant with that light coming on.
List, the pill that makes you sick. I am chaos incarnate. Let's fucking have it then, you prick!
Sounds like Screech.
Now the rules of the street
Look
fight
at
are
his
simple.
face.
It's pretty much anything.
Let's
Let's
see that
fucking
again.
have it then,
Look at
you
his face.
prick! Now the rules of the street fight are simple. It's pretty much anything goes. Keeping the street pretty firm on your feet. It pays to be sweet on your toes. And fools they have fallen for clumsy mistakes. Late to react, cop the fist to the face. Now the rules of the street fight are simple. Break that little prick's nose. Throw a punch, you swallow it, follow it, grab the collar, quick hollow tip like karate, kick martial art master, spark a bitch, park a fist on the landing strip, carnage, it finds the cartilage, karma serve like a carbonated cola on the crucifix, kill. Vincent wanna kill, who blood gets spilled, move double that rude boy, kill or be killed. Do it for the fun, blood, do it for the thrill. Blue lights, boy, run, blue lights, boy, chill.
Uh-oh. Did he stab him? Jesus.
So it goes in the absence of the light. The devil sows a seed in our mind. Vincent was shaken, run from the law, hide from the bacon, crouch on the floor. The court to omit him, hate the world spits on him, rapes him, hits him, kicks him when he's down, and that shapes him. He hears the sound of a copper, hot up on his tail proper, Vincent off his rocker. Bothered by the lie that Britain sold him, what a shocker. Where greedy eat the poor, a holy war, the chosen prosper. But some were never chosen, they stay frozen in the locker. Destined to survive in 9 to 5 and watch the clock, but don't think about reality, my little happy shopper. A brand new show on Netflix to distract you from the horror. And swallow all your morals for a retweet or a follow. And shadow ban the problem man, a soul for $1. And keep the fight amongst yourself, don't think about the squalor. The systems don't impose it or the rules that we all honour. And fuck it, Vincent cooked to boiling point, he's cannon fodder. So what's the use in running, he's already in the locker. He's careless with his actions now, a clumsy motherfucker. He turned to face his fate, cause fate's a bitch and none will stop her. Richard was an officer who stood at 6'3". Was his first day
It's
back
Richard.
at work after a time of absent leave. Working London on the night shift, what he didn't think he'd see was a boy with a guitar, bruised and battered on his knees. But Richard lived in caution now, tormented by his past, not so quick to find it.
It's the same cop that shot and killed Screech. This is just fucking brilliant. It's almost, it's better than watching like a movie. You know, not as long, obviously, but, you know, it gives you something to think about. It actually makes you use your brain. You know, it's not mindless stuff coming out of his mouth. This is like intelligent, emotional shit. Even the music is intelligent. I don't know if I've ever described a song or an artist that way in my life. 50-something years on this planet. Well, maybe I take that back. Just, I say genius a lot, like with Rush and with him and 21 Pilots and yada, yada, yada. The list goes on. This is intelligence and storytelling. And it's so enthralling. It's, you know, it's not real, but what am I trying to say? He puts this depth into it that just enthralls you and keeps you in the story and in the music. I'm noticing him talking about Vincent from an outside perspective now, instead of from first person of being Vincent. And he's saying some things that I know I can relate to. And I think many of us can relate to in this present day. So, okay, let me rewind a little bit and let's finish it out. Sounds familiar.
He turned to face his fate, cause fate's a bitch and none will stop her. Richard was an officer who stood at 6'3". Was his first day back at work after a time of absent leave. Working London on the night shift, what he didn't think he'd see was a boy with a guitar, bruised and battered on his knees. But Richard lived in caution now, tormented by his past, not so quick to find a trigger, not so fast. But Richard was a righteous man who lived inside the law. So he leapt upon poor Vincent and he cuffed him to the floor.
Richard's Tale coming soon. I love how there were elements to Jenny and Screech and Violet's Tale in there musically, like the last few notes, the rewinding on the guitar a little bit. Richard is back. I have to admit, I've kind of thought about Richard and how he's doing after that traumatic night. I was sitting there thinking while I was watching that, like, what past brilliance do we all know that we could compare him to? And, you know, you could say if Mozart were alive today or Beethoven, they might be doing stuff like this, or there's some really cool guitar things going on, you know, that could be reminiscent of a modern day genius composer, like a lot of the classical greats. You know, I think about that a lot when I listen to music. Like if Bach and Beethoven and Mozart and a lot of the greats were alive today, what would their music sound like? You know, so yes, I am comparing him to some of those greats from hundreds of years ago. If he would have been alive back then, I believe he would have been in the running and we'd all would know his name today. 400 or 500 years from now, I believe the same thing. Dude is one of a kind. And you can't put him in, like, we want to slap labels on stuff and try to figure it out. That's how we figure things out as a species. And you just cannot do that with him. There's so many evolutions in his style and skill. And then, there's this ability that he has to kind of engage you through a screen with these stories over multiple videos and songs, and they all kind of link together. It's just fucking brilliant. It's just brilliant. That was amazing. Now, the thing I was kind of noticing when he kind of spoke from outside of Vincent's perspective at the end, right before he met Richard, he was just saying that Vincent was doing this grind, as we all do in life, everybody does. And it was kind of just relentless and kind of shaping and molding him as a person in the situation where he lives, the country he lives in, perhaps the government, just so much shit is going on that just kind of makes him angry. I don't know. I can't remember exactly what it was he said, but just made me relate to it because I say all the time with the way things are going today in my country and around the world, with all this political crap going on, all of these humans playing God with other human lives for some of the most insignificant reasons. It's scary. It's getting scary. And I just kind of want to shut myself off to it. I don't want to pick a side. My answer would be for these people to come together and stop pointing fingers at each other. Come together and kind of work out these differences and compromise. But we know that'll never happen. So I'm kind of like at a plug my ears phase of my life where I'm just getting through it. Can't do anything to put my hands on it and change it in the moment. And I thought I heard him reference something about somebody doing that in the Netflix show. He said something about watching a show to kind of get your mind off of it. And man, I can relate to that left, right, and center. So it's very relatable as well. So Richard's Tale is coming soon. I imagine that'll be directly related with this series. This was incredible. I'm so glad I decided to sit down. I've done 4 Ren songs tonight and I feel the connection back. It almost feels out of sight, out of mind when I'm not able to circle back around to certain artists that kind of have taken a hold of me. For the first night of changing my recording strategy, I feel good about it. So next time I sit down to record, it might be 4 more of another artist, probably Aurora. So we'll see what happens. This was absolutely fucking incredible. Once again, this guy is going to go somewhere. He's already going somewhere. The amount that he's grown from the time I even started reacting to him to now is incredible. I think he was just over 1 million subscribers around that time, or maybe just under, I'm not sure. But now he's got nearly 2.5 million. And I don't like to depend too much on numbers and subs and all that stuff. But for him, somebody that's taking the unnatural path to his music career and doing it in spectacular fashion, may I add, I'm super, super happy for him as a human being. And that's a good place to end it, I think. Thank you so much for being here to watch. I will see you next time.